Hello everyone. Conversation with a coworker last night got me thinking about this video. I think it was about 10 years ago, 8 or 10 years ago. Well, I've worked at 6 different restaurants since I've graduated from high school in the middle 80s. I have about 30 years working in various restaurants, 30 years together. And this one coworker I had about 10 years ago takes the cake for the most bizarre coworker I have ever had. He worked as a cook at a pizza restaurant, and at that restaurant I worked as a driver. I believe he had lost his driver's license from a DWI, and so he got rides to work. He lived with his parents north of town. Seemed pretty mellow. Short guy, kind of roundish, roly-poly, younger man, and but he was quiet, just quiet. But one day he showed up at work drunk, and he made a pizza and accidentally dropped half of it on top of another pizza that was already cooking in the oven. I think he showed up at work drunk at least twice. I gave him rides home multiple times. Quiet guy, seemed pretty normal. Nothing out of the ordinary. I would hear things from the cooks working with him here and there, complaining about him being a bit strange. There was something off with this guy. But to the average person talking to him, seeing him walking through say Walmart or something, nobody would know anything that's different. And then one day, after he was sent home or another night that he was not scheduled, one of his co-workers repeated, or one of the cooks that he worked in the back by the ovens with repeated what he had said to him and a few other people. And this guy's name is Chris. He says, I want to kill someone, cut their body up into multiple pieces, and leave their body pieces in trash cans around town. And I just, okay. Oh boy. Okay, this is not a good. We really shouldn't keep this guy working here. And so normally when there's a problem employee at work, I would talk to the manager. It's a family-owned restaurant. But this time, I didn't even bother talking to the manager. I ended up calling the owner's cell phone number and talking to him. We'll just call him John. That's not his real first name. So I called up John and told him about this cook named Chris and what he had said to the other cooks just recently at that time. And after I finished describing Chris's words of wanting to kill someone, cut up their body and leave their body parts in various trash cans around town, John had a really long pause, just really long pause, and then it just kind of a, okay, Boyd, thank you for telling me that. It was just, I know that it's not a funny subject, but just to think about it, it was like, oh boy, John must have been thinking, oh boy, where did we get this guy? But so Chris did not have his job at the restaurant much longer than that. He was let go. And then, we would see Chris around town here and there. And then we eventually heard a story in which Chris had failed to perform some of his duties for probation. It probably was like sentence to service, going with a crew of people cleaning trash out of ditches, that kind of thing. And so he failed to do that. They issued a warrant for his arrest. When he learned of the warrant for his arrest, he hitchhiked from here in Minnesota all the way down to the border with Mexico and was trying to get into Mexico. And at the border crossing, the border agents looked him up and saw, oh, there's a warrant for Chris's arrest, and they arrested him. He was transported back up to Minnesota and put in a jail here in Minnesota. He went in front of a judge, and he was sentenced to, I believe, a year in prison, and then got out. And I have seen him around town on and off since then. But that's the story of the most bizarre coworker I have ever had. Oh boy.